Hi everyone, welcome to week 7. I don't even know what date it is anymore. What we're going to do today is linear equations. We're going to do 1-step, 2-step, and then complicated or complex 2-step equations. It's going to bring together all the stuff we've done. A simple 1-step linear equation g minus 43 equals 36. Now, everybody does this in their head, and this is what I hate. Yes, this equation here is simple enough to answer in your head. But the idea is we're learning the process. I don't really care if you can get the right answer. So what we're looking at here, so we are looking at the inverse operation. Operation being addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. What we're wanting to do is isolate g. In order to do that, we need to get rid of 43. And to do that, all we do is do the inverse operation, but we have to do it to both sides. So if I have minus 43, how would I get rid of it? Any ideas? Super simple. I just add 43. Don't overthink it. But if I add 43 to this side, I have to add 43 to this side. So I now have g equals 79. And Izzy said g equals 79. Fantastic. But you will not be able to do that once we get to the advanced linear equations. All right. Doing maths in your head is a surefire way to end up in trouble by the time you get to your senior year. Okay, f plus 27 equals 36. Sorry, I'll let you do a minus one. So f minus 27 equals 36. Give you 45 seconds to calculate that. So in order to get rid of the minus 27, we have to add 27 to both sides. So f equals 63. All right. Now there's 4 operations that we use. This is the key to remembering this. And 30 seconds to have a think using that inverse operation idea. Remember that inverse operation? We do the opposite of plus. We minus 27 from both sides. So that should give us F equals 39. We have $30 seconds to figure this one out. Remember the inverse operation. For some reason, this is taught to be the most complicated thing in the world, and it's definitely not. You remember the inverse operation. So to get rid of multiplication, divide both sides by 3. F equals 6. No. Shakara. The next one. So again, 30 seconds to a minute to have a think about that one. So you see, I know you can do it without doing it, but you'll see why when it gets more complicated, that if you write each step and follow it, your life will be easier. So divided by, times both sides by 3. Gives us F equals 18. Okay, that's easy enough. One-step equations. Now let's do two-step equations. Make sure this actually has an answer. Now I'm second guessing myself. Okay, you've got 1 minute to have a look at this, have a think about it, and then I'll tell you how to do it. But I want everyone to have a look and a go at it first. All right. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of the lone number. So the first step, we take 19 from both sides. That leaves us with 6F equals 24. To get rid of 6 times F, With the 6 from that, we divide both sides by 6, which gives us f equals 4. Right, give you guys an addition. These are really about repetition and practice. So to make sure, actually I have to calculate that. Right, you've got 1 minute. Remember, inverse operation. So first thing we do, take 17 from both sides. So we end up with 6g equals 18. We need to get rid of the 6, so we divide both sides by 6. All right, let's change it up. So if we've got $30 seconds, maybe a minute. It's getting a bit more complicated now. All right. Same thing. We start with the low number. So f divided by 3 equals 1. We want to get rid of the 3, times it by 3, f equals 3. Right, we're going to keep doing these. I'm going to make them more and more complicated. Might take me a while to actually write the questions. Let's come on. They're everyone's favorite negative numbers. 30 seconds. I have to figure out the answer to this one. All right. We get rid of 6. -1 minus 6 gives us 5. F divided by 6 equals 5. Times it by 5. Sorry, times this side by 6. Times 6, F equals 30. Let's make it more complicated. All right. So times -5 times by -5. Who remembers the negative numbers rule? So 3F equals 75. Divide both sides by 3. We get F equals 25. Let's ramp up the difficulty a little bit. Let's think back to expanding brackets. So 60 seconds to figure that one out. Maybe it's 90 seconds. Have a go at it. I want you to have a go at it before I tell you how to do it. Otherwise, you're just sitting here listening to me tell you how to do it. So Izzy says there's no way to find out x. Izzy, I will disagree with you. All right, I want to get rid of the brackets. First thing I want to do. Now, we could expand the brackets like we did before. I just realized I didn't actually write it down. Sorry, Izzy. So to answer this question, we need to get rid of the 3. So we divide both sides by 3. And this is 24. Actually, let's get rid of the 17 first. So we minus 17. Minus 17. I do apologize for that. I completely forgot to write the actual answer. So this then leaves us with 3x plus 7 equals 8. So to get rid of the 3, we end up dividing by 3. I was going to pretend that was 9, so panicked at the end there. Divide by 3, which gives us x plus 7 equals 9. To get rid of the plus 7, we take away 7 from both sides, x equals 7. All right, that was smooth. That was. I do apologize for that. All right, let's do some, I think minus numbers is always a problem for everybody. So 3x Okay, so first thing we do here is we have to take minus 17 from both sides. I might actually go, Izzy says x is 1, pretty sure that's right. So when we have 2 minuses in any, actually, I'm going to explain that after this. Let's answer the question. So this actually becomes plus. So minus 14 plus 17 gives us 3x equals 4. Divide both sides by 3, x equals 1. Let's go through the negative number rules. We have addition. So a negative plus a negative equals more negative. Negative plus a positive and positive plus a negative. It depends on the difference between the two numbers. So you just have to figure out which is more negative or which is more positive. If we have plus and a plus, plus plus a plus equals plus. Subtraction. Maybe a bit to write down the notes there. These are really important all the way up to grade 12. So subtraction. If you minus a minus from a minus, gets more positive. Again, when there's one of each, it depends on the difference between the two. And if you just subtract two positive numbers, they get more negative. Okay, here's the interesting ones. So multiplication. So if you times a minus and a minus, you get positive. If you times a minus and a positive, you get a negative. Everybody also needs to know, they feel the need to teach why. I don't think you need to know why, just remember the rules. Remembering why just overcomplicates things. Positive and a negative makes a negative. You times a positive and a positive, becomes positive. Good way to remember that. If you have two of the same signs, it gets positive. Two differently, and it becomes negative. So division. Again, division is the same. Okay. I know we started off with linear equations there, but I wanted to make a point of this, so we're going to do a few questions before we go and do any more. Okay. So I have minus 3 times minus 6. What do I get? 15 seconds to answer these questions. So timer, watch. Okay, so we would have 80. What about if we had minus 3 times times 15? 15 seconds. Let's go. No pressure. So we'd have minus 45. What if we have 12 times 4? So 48. What about a minus number times a positive number? we have minus 60. Two minuses make a positive, two positives make a positive, negative, and the positive makes negative. So if we've got right, 1 minute, 23 seconds. So I think we already went over this a little bit, but it's probably one of the most important topics. All right, so minus divide positive, 1, negative divided negative is positive, minus 1, and 1. All right. So we've done multiplication, division. All right, 1 minute 15. All right, this would give us minus 7. This would give us minus 4. Well, I mean, this would give us 4. This would give us 10. This would give us 2. Last round of these before we jump back into a couple of linear equations. So we're on subtraction. So 3 minus 2. One minute 30. Okay. Three minus 2, 1. Minus 2 minus 4 gets more negative, so it becomes minus 6. Excuse the child calling the dog. Stray day, all day cats are child. So minus 2 minus minus 2 actually becomes a plus. So minus 2 plus 2 gives us 0. Minus 4 minus 6 gives us minus 10. Okay. Hope all those rules make sense. That's super, super important. All right. How would I solve this? Last question. 1 minute and 10 seconds. So everyone gets freaked out when they see all the minuses. So to get rid of plus 3, we just minus 3 from both sides. So we end up with minus 3x minus 9 we divide both sides by minus 3. Who remembers our division rules for negative? X equals 3. If we put this back into the equation, minus 3 times 3 is minus 9, plus 3 equals minus 6. I'm going to do one more just to really drill this into you. So we've got and we've got 45 seconds. So Izzy got that right. She said, isn't x just 3? Okay. First thing we do, we get rid of the 8. Subtract 8 from both sides. So minus 4x equals minus 20. To get rid of this, we have to divide both sides by minus 4. X equals 5. We put that back up here, gives us minus 20x plus 8 equals minus 12. So minus 20 plus 8 equals minus 12. So we've got that one. All right. Thank you again. I'm going to be up because they've had a few cancellations over summer. I'm going to be doing some uploads for week 8 and 9, and then this one should be finished next week. Ready for the next one to start. So I will see you guys soon. Have a great weekend and enjoy being back at school.